This is Dr. Traci K. I love you in this place. Thanks for coming to share your practice with me. You are so valued. And I want you to come into, and please, if you're not already, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Dr. Traci K with an I. Follow my podcast, The Working It Out series, or listen to me on the radio. And join us in the Facebook group, a Spiritual Vibration Challenge. You will be so welcomed and encouraged. So what I want to talk to you about today is be calm like water. Do you ever get the feeling like you're constantly putting out fires? Like life is one massive struggle to stay afloat? Do you come home from work feeling tired and stressed and without the energy to do anything other than collapse in front of the TV? Do you always feel like you're just not quite as happy as you think you could be or should be? That's life, my friend. Or at least it's life as many of us have come to know it. In fact, though, there's no reason that this should be necessary or be the case. The problem is that we always chase after the gold at the end of the rainbow. And in doing so, we never stop to smell the roses. I'm sorry to mix these metaphors there, but I feel it paints a fairly accurate picture of the situation. We're never happy because we're always striving for what's next. And that's okay, because that's what it's about. We're always wanting to level up. It's a journey, a spiritual, vibrational challenge, and a journey. Yet, we don't have to make it stressed out. We can be fun, but the thing is, we're always stressed about things, aren't we? So good. Can I get a claimant on this one? Can you understand what I'm saying? Hello? Right? Let me see it. We're always stressed about what's coming up. And we never appreciate what we have until we lose it, right? We think that the only way to change this is to change our lives, to work harder and longer, to cut throat or be strategical and or try to manipulate in some way. But it's not the way we change. This is from the inside out. See, we need to change the way we think about our situation. And we need to change the way we approach life's problem and the way we enjoy the moment. At the means of where I'm going to tell you on how to start by, if you want to be calm like water, first thing you need to do is to take control of your mind. Once you can do that, you can take back control. And you can feel confident, relaxed, and happy in the exact same circumstances. And I know mental health is one of the biggest struggles out today. I understand this myself. We've got a lot of things that we deal with. Everyone. The power of mindfulness, is about taking back control. Our emotions are the same thing. And everything is energy, so understanding how the energy works or how to manipulate or how to block or how to protect in a way is about taking control. And once you can do that, you can start creating the space and expand that space to actually plot a course in the straight and narrow and to start changing life for the better. You can't stop treading water and start swimming. Right? All very abstract, yes. So far, it sounds like, a platitude from bumper sticker, huh? Right? But stick with me here, because this is where the science comes in. And it might just change the way you think about your life, your brain, and interplay between the two. See, it's your perception that matters. Think about it this way. It's not the situation that matters, it's your perception of the situation that matters. And I mean this in the most literal and realistic of senses. Think about it this way. You can be surrounded by fire and be completely calm. Because it's not the burning. It's not the ash. It's actually a controlled fire. And you can be surrounded by that fire and be completely calm and happy. And you can be relaxing at home and, And so, what I'm trying to say here is in the first case scenario, you're surrounded by fire, but you believe that you're invincible. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So you're not burning. It's a controlled fire. It's a controlled fire. And as far as you're concerned, nothing can hurt you. Just remember the times, if you haven't listened to we'll go back to the good book, Biblical and Christianity. We'll use Christianity's time, where there were some characters that were going to be thrown into a fire. And the problem was, when they got thrown into the fire, they weren't burned. And it was a shocking, magical, impossible, supernatural thing that happened. And they came out unhurt, unharmed. Not even a little scratch or a little scar or burn or anything. So what I'm trying to tell you is, this is what I'm trying to tell you. Because when you are calm, like water, nothing can hurt you and you have nothing to fear. Because that's what it's about. And as a result, you remain calm and your heart rate doesn't even rise. Well, other than the effects of your heart. In the second scenario, let's just say you're sitting at home, comfortable, with a warm cup of tea, and you're surrounded by those you love, and you have the TV on, showing your favorite TV program. Everybody likes that favorite TV program, and I know y'all like to binge like me, don't you, out here? Come on now, let's get some thumbs up. You know you do. Oh yeah, we all like to binge. But all you can think about is work, say for example, and you have to, something you have to do tomorrow, or something has, been at you or targeted you, and it's really taking your peace away and your calm away, and you're like, oh, it's money problems, and the fact that you're not as well off as successful as you might like to be, or maybe it's a relationship with you, or you maybe had a fight or something. It it could be anything, and as a result, your body and brain interprets the signals, fight or flight type thing, as you're being in danger, which is similar to what PTSD. We all know that your brain produces more norepinephrine, more cortisol, more dopamine, and more adrenaline. And as a result, the person who is surrounded by flames but deluded is actually happier and calmer than the person who is sat at home but stressing out. All right, think about this. Little science in there. Now, of course, I'm not saying that you should be like the deluded guy surrounded by fire. That's dangerous, right? Hello, think about this. At your own risk. This is all just a metaphor type of thing. But you know what I'm coming from. You also really shouldn't be like the stressed guy who should be relaxed. And here's what I'm trying to say is, the bum, so to speak, on the couch. So what I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to say here is that it's important to start taking control of the mind, of your mind, because it's what will impact on your happiness. You're calm, you're focused, and on all other things that contribute to you being happy and successful. Changing your environment and circumstances is often, for a lot of you out here, incredibly difficult. Am I right? Change is scary. Change is fearful. Make that thumbs up. Let me see some thumbs up. Claim it hearts, whatever. But you can change your mind today, and that can bring incredible benefits, because being calm like water is about regaining your health, and it's all about you taking control of what is needed. And so, what's the first thing that you can think of that can help with that in your daily practice? Anybody know out here? Can you comment if we're premiering this? then I want you to put it in the chat room right now. I want to see it. What do you think is one of the things that can help you be calm like water? Put it in the chat room right now. Put it in the comments if you are not in the premiere or if you're not active live. What is it? Let me see what some people are saying out here. Breath work. Got some breath work out here. Exercise. That's good. That's good. That's good. A bath. I got somebody take a long hot bath. That's a good one. But here it is. What I'm going to tell you. Meditation. Which is out here. Meditation. A bath is a good one too. It gets calm like water. That's a very good thing. I can understand why you would say that. When we think about taking control of our minds and finding calm in a busy and hectic world, many of us will instantly think of meditation. A lot of you, because you're calm like water, you think, oh, a long, hot, wonderful bath. Yeah, that's really good too. You can meditate in that too. Meditation is an ancient practice that is used by billions of people around the world, or, and some of you like to say, prayer. And that has been practiced for centuries. Now scientists and researchers are starting to decode its many benefits, but nevertheless, it's still very understood, and it's by a great number of people. It's still very hard. You know, I know this myself. I remember that. I couldn't stand it. I was so bored. It's like, all of a sudden, you got this ADD thing, like, oh, this was just too frustrating. Oh, but once and it's still, to this day, to me, I have to really remember and remind myself, because you get caught up on the outside, and you got to come back to the in. So what is meditation, or prayer, so to speak? And perhaps a good place to start is answering that question. While many people think of meditation or prayer as a way to achieve enlightenment, to recreate the effects of sometimes hallucinogenic drugs, or to practice various religions, the reality is that meditation is simply a form of practicing control over your thoughts. It can be all those things, including replacing a natural high in a way, if you want to. But at its most basic, meditation means try to focus your thoughts or clear your mind, which is essentially the equivalent of your training process in your attention span. So often our thoughts are reactive. We are constantly being distracted, aren't we? And taken from one experience to the next. And there's outside influence that could be pushing those thoughts at you. And you don't know, is this a good guide on thoughts that I'm hearing these messages from, or a bad thought messages? And this is where you need to learn to practice protecting your aura and making sure you're attracting the right spiritual guides to you. And testing it, because you don't want that negative experience or that negative guide message. And that's going to happen if you're in lower vibes. So it could be that very heavy thing. And those thoughts can come up if you have some imbalances chemically in your brain. Maybe there's been some injury, traumatic injury, maybe a PTSD. Maybe it's a side effect from medication. Or maybe it's an environment you're in, or a chemical. It could be anything. So you have to understand that, and that's always why it's good for anything on practice-wise. You need to get a checkup. You need to have testing. You need to understand. And with disabilities, like some of us have out here, that's going to be a very frustrating thing. But meditation is part of that healing process. And so when I ask you this, what can be even better is you can experience it with vibrational medicine, energy medicine, which can be through a tuned frequency to your vibration, because we're all made up of energy, to help you connect on that level. Music helps a lot of people. Whatever you need to do introspectively for that thought process to give you that intention to focus and keep it within inside, and allow not the outside to influence or help you become distracted or stressed or angry even. And otherwise, you don't want that inappropriate, unhelpful emotions. You want to be a highly valuable form of energy, and the training is in the process, and the practice is in the process, and the meditation, connecting to that part of the world and not the other parts of the world you don't want anymore, to help you conquer stress, to improve concentration and range of tasks. So you may be waking up with joy in your heart. Focus on that. And it, when they go, well, my goodness, this is such a bull crappy. This is all bahaki, whatever. It's all buhaki. I'm hearing out here right now. Come on. Is it going to make me money? I hear that sometimes. Is it going to bring me money? You know what? It can. It might not make you rich, but it's going to put you towards that. It's going to bring that blessing to you, and you would not believe how. And there's various benefits of meditation. So many. And there's so many different types of meditation, so many different practices of meditation. And there's so many things of where even prayer can come in. It's about mindfulness, which is also called Vipassana. Vipassana is a type of meditation that comes from Buddhism. Buddhism is allowing this mindfulness of meditation, and it's perhaps the most widely used in the Western world. And a good example being its use is within CBT, which is cognitive behavioral therapy. This is something we're going to come into in a much more detail later on. And if you want to learn more about this, you need to get my workbook. I have a book that you can get on my Working It Out series. It's called Be Calm Like Water, Calm Your Mind, and Regain Your Health. And this book is going to give you everything you need to help you and guide you on all the different types of meditations that can be happening. Because this is meditation, or you can call it prayer if you want. You might not be using the biblical in a sense. We're going to be using something on another level, which is on a way, way longer, more older type of version when it comes to prayer, which is back in the times of, where, like I said, is Buddhism. And it's an advanced type of form. And so there are various types of meditation with this. And the form of meditation involves attempts to empty the mind once again. And you could use this also, even if you're a Christian, use this to help you empty the mind. It's in the Bible. Meditation is very important in the Bible even. So don't say that it's not. It's not something that's against anything. So it's practiced in everything. It's a universal practice. So it's a time where you simply do nothing, to the extent where you aren't even focused, but you're trying to meditate. And once you level up on this and you can learn, there are advanced methods that you can learn and practice. And introducing yourself and your life to meditation is a very good start, because even if you're involved in another type of where you say you practice in Christianity, using this, because sometimes people have a hard time understanding what's going on and they can't pick it up. When you practice this in the beginning, you can actually finally understand what they're trying to explain to you in the Bible, Christianity sense. It's a simple program. It's a simple way to get started, and it's something that you could learn and become a master in. Let's just start, for instance, starting out at the beginning, taking your footprints in the sand step, I could say what Jesus say. For instance, going for a 5-minute walk, doing some sit-ups every other day. Gradually introducing yourself to nature. Maybe sitting in a quiet place, comfortable place. Maybe you need to lay down even. Take 5 minutes every morning just to sit and relax with your eyes closed. No goal, no stress, no trouble. Now this is how I want to help you start with this. Simply. Say, for example, maybe if you're a guy, you like to sit in that comfortable chair that has that cup holder. Grab your bottled water, sit in that comfortable chair, pull that lever, push it all the way back, right? Stretch it out, and do this for 5 minutes. I want you to take a look at everything that's around you in your room, and wherever you are. Just take a look. Just snapshot it. Screenshot it on your, snapshot. And then close your eyes. And then try to see what you saw, what comes up first that you remember that's in your mind. Okay? Now, keep a note of that. If you want to, write it down. Some of you can write that down. That's very important. What first popped in your mind that you remember when you look? I bet you anything, all of you guys, is the TV. I bet you anything at the TV. It was for me. So, that's a kind of important thing, because TV is a very hypnotic, very meditative type of tool. But we'll go in, that's another thing. So, then I want you to open your eyes again and see what your eye focuses on first. What is it? What actually does it open up and look at first? That it automatically just goes to. Keep that in mind. And then close your eyes again. And then I want you to take 3 deep breaths in and out on your own time, so you can get back into your center, back into who you are. And then I want you to take and try to melt everything that you see, that you snapshot in your mind. Don't open your eyes, but do like, the Matrix. Just melt it in, wave it, whatever you got to do. And then once it's waved, start breaking it up into little pieces, like it's just ashes and just disintegrating into the air. And then as it disintegrates into the air, it starts sparkling like stars. And then everything becomes dark, midnight, dark, black, blue. But only thing that's floating is what you disintegrated, sparkling like stars. Make it like glitter or whatever. And then take that and lift it up and bring it all around you in a circular motion. And sit in that circular, sparkling pieces that you have disintegrated all around you. Let it fall upon you. Maybe you might even be feeling tingles right now going all over your body. Do you feel that? And so gradually understand. Really progress on that and become aware of yourself. Become aware of how you're transcending this energy around you. And I recommend that you aim to try this. So just know that even when you're aiming to quiet your mind, you should never be punitive, and you should never punish yourself for not managing and achieving your goals. If you want to, take that sparkling ashes or pieces that you broke up and try to move it around in a circle, and then try to transform it into something that you want to take. Like when you look up into the stars or the clouds and they look like something. Maybe they look like a dog, or maybe it looks like a cat. Whatever you want to do, play with it. Play with it in your mind. Visualize it. And keep practicing that. And I guarantee you it's going to help you so that nothing else can distract you. This is a great tool. Yes, so good. And keep practicing this. I want you to try to do this. Another thing is putting some music to that. I've got some great meditational music and albums in my store, the Working It Out series. I highly recommend it. What's even better, if you don't, because this takes a lot of work maybe, and maybe some of you say, oh gosh, I don't want to do that, I'd just rather plug and play. Well, guess what? Dr. Traci K to your rescue. Just what you need. I have that for you. All you've got to do is go into my meditation store, go into my store on the workingitoutseries.com, Check out the meditation stuff. Pick and choose what you want that is targeted, that you would like. And you don't have to do all that fancy stuff I told you. It takes work. It's a lot of practice. It takes years. All you've got to do is go buy one of those. It's for you to have forever. And you can listen anytime you want to. And you just plug in and push play. Stick your earphones in. Sit back in that chair of yours. Or meditate or sit on your pillow or lay down on the couch. And plug and play, and it does it for you. Isn't that exciting? Isn't it amazing? Can I get it so good? Can I get some claiming hearts out here and claiming emojis and some likes, whatever? So this is a great way to become calm like water and becoming more present. And if you want to get more into that, check out my book, Be Calm Like Water. I will definitely link that in the description box. Alrighty? And so let's all come together now, because I know you're feeling good, right? So let's put our hands together to our heart center. Oh, keep your fingers out wide in a prayer mode. Don't close them. Take a deep breath in and be thankful and grateful for this and feeling good that you're calm like water. And you're calm like water today. And I'm feeling calm like water. You're floating and you're floating. Anchor that in. You're floating and you're floating. Floating and floating. And something you feel so free. Just floating. Floating. Don't ever you get sick out here. Don't need no seasick people out here. Just take your time. You're floating. Calm like water. Calm like water. Ah. And when you're ready, lift your hands up to your third eye. I thank you for coming today to share your practice. For you now are calm like water. Share this. Sharing is always caring. And I want you to vow to go claim it. Yes, all right. Come back to it wide awake, feeling good, feeling refreshed and amazing. So good. Thank you. This is Dr. Traci K, and I'll see you on the next episode.